Alright, hey there. We're looking at Lutie. It looks like he's playing Pocket in the Brazilian TF2 League. I don't really know what it's called. On Snakewater. Let's see how he does. This obviously is very insignificant, but you should try not to land on those barrels. So, well, no, it doesn't really matter. It's completely negligible. And I think you could have unequalized a bit earlier here. Just a small note for your medic real quick, he should have buffed the roamer a bit more. He can afford to walk up the stairs a bit and get him to like 250 and then drop down and he'll still meet you at the same time. So your medic's already kind of hit. You need to be jumping here, because like the mid is over, I would say, if you stay on the ground, because your medic's so weak and you guys are already pushed that back that far. So if you don't jump in and get aggressive, it's very unlikely that I'd say you get anything done there. Okay, that would have been most appropriate to fucking... Oh, pause it real quick. You really wanted to shotgun that guy there after hitting the direct, because you didn't see overheal particles and it was right after the mid-fight and you saw the medic was pretty far back, so at most that guy's 200 jumping into you. And after the jump he's going to be like 180 if he has gunboats and lower if he's a pocket. So it's pretty easy just to like one rocket him and then hit him for like a 80 to 90 shotgun and he'll die, and is a lot more consistent than going for their rocket. Plus you'll have more rockets loaded to spam. I would not feel uncomfortable jumping that scout on your demo, man. As long as your mech has charged, I would never be too worried about him. So they switched, or sorry, swapped. Flashed? Flashed. So your Uber is going to be a bit longer, so I would have saved some rockets there and just gone real close and hugged up to someone. If you forced them to flash again, then you probably could have just straight up killed a couple people at the end of the Uber. But not really a big deal. Your team didn't have the best position and you wasted some rockets. You probably would have done a lot better if you had rockets, ammunition. So that was really the biggest downfall. And that was just like, I don't know. It's kind of shitty being Ubered there and not having ammo. There wasn't much you could do about that. So yeah, especially if your demo's going... Okay, never mind, he is going this way. Okay, so you're going up here. I imagine you're going to jump up top. I feel like your first rocket here should always be aimed at that top right area where you fired your second rocket, because it's pretty consistent in hitting someone. So as far as I know, I wouldn't have been too worried about stuff behind you, because they were two down and you only didn't have sight on one person, so just worry about... I would probably have tried to zone the demo medic there for your scout to kind of deal with their scout, and that probably would have been the best way to play that fight. Okay, so their medic's down. I don't think they had heals for a while there, so you could have been fine there. And you definitely want to be jumping there. I would not expect them to be pushed as a team there, and it looks like they weren't. So jumping to finish that guy off is totally fine. You got 300 HP, and you've got like 3 rockets by the time you jump and like 6 shotguns. There's no way you could ever lose that fight. At worst, you just deal even damage and he has to back out. These are good directs. I'd be worried. I would be fine with getting a bit more aggressive there and kind of jumping to the door and then firing those. The thing about Pocket is I feel like your HP is really indispensable. Said that wrong. It's fine if you lose it. That's what I'm trying to say. Because you always pick up a pack or get arrowed. Like, I assume the crossbow's allowed in Brazilian TF2. But yeah, you can always just get arrowed by your mech, and you can manage health that way very easily. And since you're the Pocket, I imagine it's like really easy to do that kind of thing with your mag, because usually the combo has a bit more coordination than other people. So I feel like if you're here, you should get that ammo for one. And I also don't understand why you would ever be holding a position where you can't see elbow. So I would be in elbow. I hope that's what you guys call it, or if it makes sense. Like the left side where the mini health pack is. Because from there you can see them entering lobby, and if you drop down to the railing, you can spot bridge and the right side and lower, so you kind of get more of advantage that way. Because the way you're standing, if someone plays it properly through elbow, they can sneak up on you and kind of do a lot of damage to you, especially with demo. Demo does that, you'll probably get caught out. Don't look back like this. You never want to do that. Your medic will get to you. You know, you gotta trust him a bit. Like you can look back just to get the general idea where he is, but looking back for any longer than that is just gonna put you at risk of getting killed. That rocket is totally inappropriate. Like from that range, you should be aiming for a splash, or just jumping to him. There, I think that guy might have been a fresh respawn, so I would have been comfortable in saying that he was jumping a bit, so you probably should have just shotgunned him exclusively and just denied him. That's something that I think sets aside really good pockets from, you know, just pretty good pockets. Is knowing when, like, shotgunning people is probably the best thing you can do if they're doing a desperation play, and like that was for sure a desperation play. And it turned out pretty good, so pretty well that is. But yeah, you definitely want to be shotgunning, especially when he's jumping into a group of people and they have nothing else to shoot at. Just if everyone does the consistent thing, then you'll kill him and he'll never kill your medic, if that makes sense. But if everyone goes for air shot and misses, then you know he has a chance of killing your medic. And I understand that if everyone goes for an air shot and one of them hits, he's not going to do anything to your medic. But I would feel more comfortable as a medic if my team did this strategy where maybe he has a chance to shoot me with one rocket, but 100% he's going to die. So shotgunning there would have been really good. If that makes sense. So I feel like if you enter lobby through lower, and it really won't take that much extra time doing it this way, you have the potential of catching someone, so just something you can maybe try. But it looks like you're going in for a suicide. I feel like you can play up here and just spam the doors a bit. There's no need to beat this far back until they start getting in. So it looks like your demo is watching lobby, so you should be watching here, and this could have been a much quicker kill. I don't think you should have jumped up there, because there could have been the scout was down there, an enemy scout, and I think there's potential for you to push in and get a kill there. Good to ignore that guy, because I would assume that your team is going to kill him. Looks like that's not the case, so now you have to worry about him. There he is. Shotgun there. There's... Okay, so you know at most he has 125 health because he was separated from medic forever, and you hit him before. So as soon as you hit 100 damage with rockets, like there's no reason not to shotgun. You'd like literally have to have like the worst shotgun in the world to justify not shotgunning there, because you only need to do 25 damage. Maybe even less, because it could have been close enough to be like a 110 rocket, so pretty like impossible to not kill him with shotgun there. Even there I probably would shotgun, because looked to me like he didn't have any overheals, because no overheal particles, so you know, he's jumping in, you hit him with 100, shotgun's gonna be consistent, but that was a good rocket, so it didn't really matter. So this guy is really weak, and I would be jumping for him rather than just waiting for a rocket there. You should jump to the health pack. Yeah, there's no reason not to take the health pack on point. If you're really worried about areas like that, you should be comfortable just jumping up there. You can't defend people from the ground. Well, like, from a disadvantageous position. So you saw that I would have probably jumped to Demo Man. Even without getting flash would have been good. But it looks like, you know, you guys focus so heavy. You need to be worrying about this Demo Man. You saw him fire a couple of pipes behind you. And he was separated from the mech long enough that you know he's pretty weak. So it would have been a quick kind of fly swat turn around. And you would have been pretty set to win that last, I think. But yeah, I think you went on the point too early, and you definitely had the potential to jump at Demo, as you saw him beneath that shack there. Just saw him cross his legs go by. I would have jumped him. This guy's definitely a shotgun target. Like, you see how little damage you did there, and how he was gonna die no matter what. So just shotgunning him there is going to kill him a bit quicker and ensure that he can't do anything. So they Uber. It's a pretty bad Uber. I think you should have rocket jumped to get here a bit sooner. I would not hesitate in going back in, because the damage you did at the beginning of that and the poorness of their Uber signals to me that you have potential to kind of get something out of this. Nice rocket there, but make sure you hit the follow-up. Like, as soon as you direct him there, you just need to splash him, and that's going to be sufficient enough to keep winning the fight. So splashing him there would have been a good idea. You want to be positioned in a spot where you can cover both these doors. I think that'd be more towards the saw door. But this is fine. I don't see a problem with you jumping up there to get that guy. I think that there's not many situations where he could kill you there, as long as you hit some regional shots. But yeah, like, I think that your biggest problem, just from what I've seen so far, is you're really afraid to jump away from the medic and kind of accelerate things when need be. So you saw this scout got behind your medic. He's a free kill, and you need to be worrying about him right now. Because you can hold the Uber for a bit longer by worrying about him. And scouts are kind of like the big shit. Big cheese? Yeah, big cheese, I guess. They're really important, so if some scout does something reckless like that, I will jump on him. Well, not literally jump on him, but like, I will jump on the opportunity to kill him, because I'm always looking to kill scouts as a soldier. So that's something that, like, when you get free kills like that, I would not ignore them. So I would say you're losing because your combo hasn't been in the entire fight, so I think jumping would be appropriate. Obviously you tried, but you got killed. I think jumping a bit earlier into the guy on the top right, since he was spamming so much, he didn't have too much ammo, and I think it would have been a pretty easy jump. But yeah, not much really to tell there. It was just, maybe, it was probably worth risking going through there, and if you took some damage jumping low and just taking a pack in kitchen. Yeah, I would probably just gone through the pipes, maybe rocketed the sticky so you didn't have to worry about it. So as soon as you drop this scout, I would not really continue going in. If you're okay, so you saw that soldier go behind, you know he's a guaranteed kill. Okay, with your Uber, you never want to be Ubering if you can't get the other team's medic. I think that's a general rule, or like a bunch of people. In this case, I don't think you could have gotten either, but at the initial fight, when your scout kind of died, I think there was a potential for you to sack in and maybe force the medic or kind of get some kills. And then further on, after like kind of sitting around for a bit, the soldier came behind you. And he was a guaranteed frag that could really even up the fight for you and just trigger a repush. So should have gone back for that soldier. Like your entire team, and it would have been fine. Unless he did like a fake, which would have been pretty good, but I doubt it. Okay, so if you're really close to someone and they're not looking at you, I know it's difficult because there's a lot of people around and you're kind of overwhelmed there, but I think slowing down there will make you a lot more accurate with the shotgun. Okay, so yeah, I would have jumped lower to land on the point, because jumping high just gives you the potential to get air shot and like hit scan juggled. And this guy, that guy, I guarantee he was like 2 HP, so I think shotgunning him would have been more appropriate than wasting 2 rockets on him, because you saw him get beat up a bit. So that's really what's most important in Pocket is ammo management. You gotta be able to deal very efficient damage. You know, if you can rocket, you probably always want to be rocketing, because you know they're gonna hit harder if you hit them. So in situations where it's comfortable rocketing, you know, you want to do that. But if someone's jumping around, you want a shotgun because it's more consistent. And if you know that they're gonna die in a couple of shotguns, you know, it's fine to just take your shotgun out and just deal damage that way. So again, you're starting to push when you're down one. It's a little bit risky. Now you're down another. Yeah. That was just kind of doomed for failure. I guess it was maybe a suicide in on the med, but no, your med died. Wait. Your med died. Okay, that makes sense. Your med got shot. I don't know. I just would be reluctant to kind of take those pushes from the right side of the lobby without getting a good spot on them or having your flank push in a bit first, because it's really easy to defend that from pretty much anywhere on Snakewire mid. I think a much stronger push is the top left and just jumping into them, as not every class can get up there easily, so if you catch them off guard, you're going to have a pretty good push in the mid. But going through the right there, you're going to run into stickies, you're going to run into spam from everyone, and you're not really going to be in the range to kill anyone. So going heavy here is not the worst idea. Yeah, that was okay, going heavy.
Our last control point is being captured. Alert! The final control point is being contested.
It was a funny fight. So yeah, you should be looking to take a bit of ground here, because their medic isn't up for a long time. If you jump that guy with shotgun, I guarantee you would either put him low or kill him, without taking too much damage yourself. Like jump him with a shotgun in the air, deal some damage. If he jumps away, keep shotgunning. If he stays, you know, switch to rockets or something. But that was definitely an opportunity to kind of get in. I don't know where your medic is right now. You should be with him. But yeah, since their medic died so late and the spawns are set back on this version of Snakewater, I think it is not unreasonable to say that you guys probably should have capped too. And that's really something that you want to always try to do last, is like when it's appropriate for you to cap, you want to take that opportunity, because being in last is not a fun time. Okay, so looks like they're pushing under, I would say, or in cheese. I don't really know. Okay, they were really far back there. It was definitely wrong to try and cap there, because they were either pushing behind you and your team would need you last, or they were where they were and you were gonna die really quickly without ever capping, because they're just stopping no matter what. That's fine. Again, I feel like that guy was so, like, you didn't direct him there, so he must have been really weak. I feel like it wasn't too much of a stretch to kind of assume his health there. The shotgun would have been a lot better. You would have a rocket loaded and you probably wouldn't have died. Because you could back up with that shotgun. I don't know. I think Pocket, like I said before, I think it's really important to have a good shotgun and know when to pull out the shotgun. And like, if you were amazing and really, really good at this game, I think that most of the time you'd have the shotgun out of his pocket. It's such a good weapon and really versatile. Like, it just goes so well with the soldier's ability to move around. This is a good switch. I'm not sure if you need to stay on heavy though, but it's definitely much quicker, I think, to switch classes and switch back than to hit a resupply cabinet, but this is fine too. And it eliminates the switching back part, and still a pretty strong class, so I think it's a good decision. I don't think playing heavy is appropriate here after you get charged, because that's going to happen. You want more forward pressure, and since they have a sniper, you're really insignificant right now. Yeah, you're kind of forced down there because they have a sniper, and you can't really get to a door to kind of pin him down, so you're just negligible. Okay, yeah, don't set up those shotguns so much. Like, if you miss the center pellet, there's a good chance that the 8 other side pellets are gonna hit it. So I wouldn't be too worried about hitting the sticky directly. You know, like, you have a good chance of hitting it if you just kind of aim in the general direction. The rest of that was fine. I think you did a good job controlling the top. Obviously your mids are very impacted by your ability to own cyclopods. Your ability to get out early, so killing that sticky efficiently is really important for you to have a strong mid. So you saw the sniper dot here, I would never push this way. You're gonna have a much greater chance sneaking your medic into cheese obviously. If you push through saw, and you can actually sneak, I believe, if the sniper's there and not on the far right, you can sneak your mech through kitchen into the right door into yard and probably push them under and start getting behind them. That's really how you want to deal with the sniper. But you just kind of walk in and give them a shot. So, you just don't want to go into the sniper sight line. So yeah, you guys are giving him a lot of free shots. It's not good. So 3 down. You get the pocket, I believe, or maybe that's a roamer. But I would not expect you to be holding this mid, so stay out of this. As soon as your mech goes over there, there's nothing you can do for him. If he's dead, he's dead. And you want them to have a solo Uber anyway. So I would not have been taking the Uber. And a good team would have just killed you because you were separated from the med. Kill the soldier. Yeah, if you work on the soldier, the scout can kill the med. That's not about the med here, it's about keeping your teammates alive so they can kill the med. That's really important in this pocket, is just allowing your teammates to be unimpeded by their team. And that's a goal that should be strived for by any soldier, including roams. You're really just there to assist the better classes, basically. Well, I would say that about every class. Assisting your teammates is one of the best ways to kind of make plays happen. So I feel like your teams are running amok behind them. So I think you had the potential to jump into cheese and kind of get some work done, just flanking them and then get back to your medic. So you know your the demo's gonna die. This is a guaranteed kill on the demo. That's what you should have done there. He's still behind you in cheese. I would have looked to pick this guy up instantly. Because you saw him go to the left when you were pushing on the bridge, so I would have been comfortable killing him before Ubering, even trading half of the Uber to kill him and then going into their team. Because the demo, not having a demo just pretty much means you're going to win that point, as long as you keep your demo up. Okay, so since it was 5 times and then only 2 scouts camped, I would imagine they're already moving. So you needed to take position a bit earlier towards Saw since your soldier was covering lower, just so you could kind of slow them down a bit. And yeah, it would have been nice to have your med in lobby before this push began. Okay, you should have shotgun there. Could have helped out a lot quicker. You never want to be not doing damage as soldier, so just pick the weapon that is best suited for the situation. I think you should just made sure those rockets were hitting. It's a kind of a tricky place to hit some rockets, but if you just slow down a bit, no one will be able to dodge you there. You should be trying to dodge the demo window. I don't think you noticed him though. This is a situation where you should set up an arrow with a medic, so he doesn't have to waste so many heals picking you back up. So they still have a sniper. Since he's watching slower area, since he last saw you there, I would not be reluctant to kind of push in into Saw and maybe kind of see if you could pick him by looking through that far right door. See how he's really close there? If you jumped in, you may be able to pick him like that. But obviously it's probably not the best idea now, but this is a good pick. Now the sniper's going to be looking over here, so I'd rotate again to get through lower into kitchen, then you can get behind them and you'll definitely kill the sniper if he's out of position because he has no way of escaping. Sticky's there and the sniper's there. Like, you see how if no one saw you go into kitchen, you could have just jumped that guy, killed him, and then been behind the entire enemy team and prevented them from escaping while your team got cleaned up. As long as your medic played it properly and got towards your team as they pushed in, recognizing that you were behind them, then it would have been a very, very good push. You should, if you're gonna jump, if you're ever in cheese and you come out of it, you always want to pick up the second bottle beneath. There's no reason not to get it. And that, I think, you could have done a lot better just jumping. Like, I wouldn't have gone for the direct on the sniper. And if you went for the direct, I would be taking my shotgun out immediately to follow up on that. Because you would never hit a second direct on that guy if he was, like, remotely good at strafing. Good damage. I'd see if you could maybe pick the sniper if he went lower. Or you didn't. You get this guy instead. I wouldn't peek again. Taking this back is good. You want to watch that door as you do it though. This is a good peek. You can get in, maybe try and force. Keep going for the sniper. He was an easy shotgun kill. He's probably about 20 HP. Yeah, this guy is playing really aggressive, so you should be looking to pick him up a lot. You get another good frag. There's no reason to go in here. You cannot do anything. Even if your mag's with you, it's going to end up in a really poor Uber. Or just going to bait it. Like, you didn't even have Uber there, so there's no reason to do that. Pocket isn't always about forcing things to happen. You know, you can be very reactive and successful. So your medic's unfortunately delaying a spawn there, so probably should have hit a suicide bind.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
So that's good. I think you should be looking to prevent that scout from getting aggressive on your scout while he deals with the soldiers. And you already dealt like 90 damage to that guy, so it's been a pretty easy kill. So
Final control point is being
I think firing at the second scout would have been a bit more appropriate there, but wasn't really much you could do there.
You failed.
Oh, it's over. Yeah, so the main things are you're not using your shotgun when it's appropriate. You're not really playing a support overall when it's needed. And when you do take like the aggression, kind of push the envelope and start things kind of pocket style, I don't think you're jumping in early enough. You just kind of sit around sometimes. And in general, I think you're too reluctant to jump away from your medic to just kind of control things. It's not, especially if you're looking to get good as a team, it shouldn't be expected that one person is always in charge of the medic. It's nice, organization-wise, to have that happen, but, you know, it's really inefficient to kind of limit yourself and limit your medic by, you know, only allowing one person to protect him. Because a lot of times medics want to be with scouts anyway, because it gives them really good kiting potential, so I would experiment with roaming around a bit more when you think it's right. And yeah, definitely really important for you. Like, you gotta work on when to shotgun and reading people's health, because a lot of the times you're like overkilling people with rockets, taking too much damage because of it when you could just shotgun. Anyway, good games.